you want to know my opinion on what I think, just keep on watching. It's your girl Nisi here, and I'm back with a new video. And in today's video, as you already know by the thumbnail and the title, I'm going to be speaking on Brittney Renner and Kevin Gates. But before I jump into that video, I do want to give a video update to a video that I previously did. So I'm going to put the timestamp where this video today actually starts. But yeah, the update I want to give is on the video that I did on the Frenchman and Duchess Dior. So, we're still trying to work out like how she was unalived and the reasons why. So the cousin of the friend that passed away sadly, Obi, you know the name that Duchess mentioned, but she was like Obe. She was saying something weird. Again, she's Southern. I couldn't understand. But the cousin has come out and set the record straight because some people were like, "Oh, the Frenchman was DL." Or he was a shady, a backstabbing friend, which I thought. So she's come up to clear up house because, they're playing with her cousin's name and she's not here for it. So I'm going to roll her clip and I will be back with my commentary.
Asking me, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I tried. I really did. I know online y'all know them as Frenchman and Duchess. But to me, I know them as Shamarcus and Zaria. With that being said, I want to clear a few things up about my cousin. Because at the end of the day, it needs to be said. All I keep hearing online is Odie this, Odie this, Odie this, Odie this, Odie this. Let's clear something up. First of all, my cousin's name is not Odie. It's Obi. Okay? Let's start there. Secondly, y'all paint this narrative as if it was some type of down low situation going on. And what I want to let y'all know is, first of all, Obi got bitches, okay? I'm going to just say that. He was not a part of the community. This is not no DL situation. I also want to say this because the narrative that's being painted is not right. First of all, my cousin is deceased, so rest in peace to him. But I want y'all to understand a few things about our family. We got some serious steppers over here. And when I say steppers, I'm not talking about the stuff y'all see on the internet where they posting up. No, I mean, we got them real gangsters that move in silence, okay? Everybody's sitting here trying to figure out, why did Shamarcus do what he did? Well, let me explain to you why. Because there's a couple things y'all need to know. First of all, Shamarcus knew that he wasn't going to make it 24 hours. Let's start. He wasn't going to make it 24 hours. He wasn't. So it was better for him to do what he did to himself before somebody else did something to him. Let's start there, okay? Secondly, everybody's painting this picture as if he pew-pewed Zaria, or if he Zaria, and that wasn't the case. What happened is that boy put hands and feet on that girl. And this wasn't something new. He always put hands and feet on that girl. Okay, head, shoulder, knees, and toes on that girl. Let's be honest. This time stuff went a little bit too far. It happens. It went a little bit too far. Rest in peace to both of them. Okay? Because it's never right to put your hands on a female. Let's start there. He put hands and feet on this girl so bad that she was unconscious. Now, personally, I feel like she could have made it had she got the medical attention that she needed. But she laid there for an hour and a half. An hour and a half before police had even arrived. Make that make sense. If he really cared about her, you know what he would have did? He'd have picked up the phone and called the ambulance. But he didn't. He didn't. Because he already knew he had fucked up. He had fucked up really bad. Everybody like, well, y'all talking about, she said Odie's name and basically that who the fuck is Odie? It's Obi. But see, the problem was our family started to pay attention, like, because the situation that happened with Obi was fucked up. And we knew it was some foul play. We been doing it with some foul play. We just been trying to figure out what players was on the chessboard. You feel me? That's what we was trying to figure out. And my auntie been saying she felt like Shamarcus was on some bullshit. Now let's be real. Shamarcus and Obi been friends for a minute. Best friends. Thick as thieves. Obi go get money, he brings Shamarcus. Shamarcus ain't have to worry about no bread when my cousin was alive. Cause when Obi rode, he brought Shamarcus. If he got paid, he brought Shamarcus and broke him off. But see, the problem is when you out here getting money, cause my cousin wasn't no weak dude. When I tell you he was out here getting that bread, he was getting that bread. Okay, and it might have not have been legally, but he was getting that bread. And the crazy thing about it is the way he was set up, we kept saying, this got to be an inside situation because the stuff that these people knew didn't make sense. It got to be an inside situation. He knew this whole motherfucking time that he was a snake-ass dude. He knew this. He knew if it ever came out that he was involved in that situation with my cousin Obi, that he was going to have to give his ass to God. You understand that? Period. He knew this. He knew this. He knew this. So while he was up here pillow talking to Zaria, he ain't realized this whole time you been putting hands and feet on that girl. See, she called the wrong people. What she should have did is called my family and told us the real, but she was so afraid to say something. Because she knew if she said something, it was gonna go the way it was gonna go. This boy put hands and feet on this girl for everything she did that he felt or deemed that was unacceptable. But he couldn't do that shit with my cousin around. Obi didn't play that putting your hands on female, he didn't play none of that. He didn't play none of that. He didn't play none of that. And see, the more I think back, it's starting to make sense. It's starting to make a lot of sense. And my auntie said, don't get on there, Truth. Don't say nothing. Let it go. We got our justice. And I told my auntie, I said, no, motherfuckers need to know the real. They need to know how motherfucking snake down dirty Shamarcus was. Now, I don't give a fuck about your motherfucking family, your brothers, your cousins, your aunties, because they all can get it. So play with me if you want to. I meant that everything on my cousin's grave, they all can get it. So don't come over here with that bullshit when your motherfucking brother is a snake down dirty ass snookle. He know what he did to my cousin. He know. He know how he set my cousin up. Cause see, the shit that these motherfuckers knew, yeah, it was definitely an inside job. And Shamarcus bitch ass was right there the whole motherfucking time playing puppet master. You had the audacity to show up at my cousin's motherfucking funeral. You knew this shit was gonna come back tenfold. You knew it. You knew it. And see what people don't realize about Zaria, everybody talking about she was smiling, she was laughing. That girl would do that. She was nervous. She was scared. Every time he would do that, she automatically knew she had to put her hair up. She knew she had to throw some tennis shoes on so she could try to get up out the door because this boy always was on that type of timing with her. I don't give a fuck that she was 6 feet tall. That didn't mean nothing. This is a man you fighting against. But see, he knew when she said Obi's name, it was going to be a problem. Because why you bringing up Obi? What you mean with what happened with Obi? And see, I think she tried to play it off by saying Udi. She tried to play it off because she knew if she would have said Obi, everybody in my family would have been like, it was better that he did it to himself. It was better. It was better. Because it was going to happen regardless. You can't go around and do that type of shit to people and think you safe on these streets. Family got some serious cold gangsters. I mean, like I said, moving silence type gangsters. Anybody gonna call you on the phone. Anybody gonna threaten you on the internet. We don't do that.
Yeah, guys, so you just heard that, and I just wanted to give a quick update. Again, I always thought he was just a shady character. You could see it in his lives. He's just so shady, you know what I mean? And like she stated, her family's always known that he has something to do with her cousin's death, like, you know what I mean? So yes, he wasn't DL, that guy, OB, the Obe, wasn't his lover. They used to be friends. OB used to always put him on when it came time to getting money and doing, you know what I mean, stuff. I told you in my original video, if you're not seeing it, do check it out. But I told you in that video, he's giving Judas and Jesus Christ, like he's a backstabber. That's the vibe I got from his live. I don't know these people, but just watching how demonic he was in that live, and now the cousins come out and confirmed it. So I'm not surprised. This is really sad. So personally, I thought but hearing that he actually put hands and feet on her, and she could have survived if he called, you know, the ambulance, but he obviously didn't. And this is what I mean. He knocked her unconscious. And if you don't get medical attention, that you end up, you know, slipping into a coma or end up sadly passing away, which happened. I agree with her what she said. He had to unalive himself, not because he didn't want to go back to prison or, you know, face the consequences. It's because she mentioned OB's name, and his family still want, you know what I mean? They still want blood. And like she said, they've got true steppers in their family. So he knew her mentioning his name and obviously unaliving her, he had to take his own life. There's no ways around it. You get. But again, rest in peace to them. A very, very sad story. And if you're new here and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Do check out that video. It's a video that I did last week. I do update. Soon as like stories continue to unravel, I like to bring an update. But yeah, guys, so for today's video, we're gonna be talking about the Instagram model personality like Brittany Renner and the rapper Kevin Gates. So here's a picture of them if you don't know who they are. And basically, Brittany Renner, before she got with Kevin Gates, you know, she got about, she's a that, you know what I mean? You know, the typical Insta baddie. She's a beautiful woman. She's got a child, I think, by a basketball player. I don't check for her like that. But basically, she's been madly in love with Kevin Gates for years, but he's never just checked for her. He calls himself a Muslim. Yeah, he's still married, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But basically, she basically converted to Islam for Kevin Gates, and the marriage only lasted not even 2 months. You know what I mean? Can't make this up. Obviously, we kind of all knew it might have been fake because a lot of these Insta baddies are running like back to religion. So you know, you have the Black Chinas, you have Alexis Sky, and now we have Brittney Renner. But yeah, people are dragging out, obviously, especially the Muslim community. Like, one thing about them, they do not play about their religion. And a lot of females, when they do, you know, start dating a Muslim, they do eventually convert for him, but that's wrong. You should convert for yourself. Listen, I know of experience. I'm gonna put my little clip in here. My baby daddy's Muslim, and out of respect, when I went to Nigeria, his home country, it was Eid, so obviously I had to, you know, wear the attire and cover up. Listen, I love it, like that whole modest look, covering up. Not me talk about covering up, and I'm like showing skin in this video, but no, the whole, you know, the hijab, wearing the long, beautiful gowns. Like, listen, it's a vibe, like it is. It's beautiful. And Brittany Renner, she suited it. You know what I mean? She suited, you know, being a Muslim and wearing the hijab and looking the part. But she's dropped a video basically saying, I'm back, like, I'm back, bitches, I'm outside. She's playing Glorilla in the background. I obviously can't play it for, you know, strike reasons. But I'm gonna roll the clip and I will be back. And I will roll the clip of Kevin Gates, him loosely talking on their marriage and their relationship. Jeez. Yeah, guys, she's back. Listen, she's got hair for days, first of all, because when she was wearing that hijab, her hair was flat, flat. You know what I mean? Obviously, sometimes she wears wigs, you know what I mean? It'd be nice and flat, but yeah, she's got hair for days. And it's quite funny how now she's back outside, and you know, it's summertime, you know, the whole city girl vibe, you know. So I find it very, you know, the timing, it's very, but yeah, I'm a roll. Kevin Gates is response, and yeah, I'll be back with my commentary.
It ain't no nigga or no bitch on earth that's so important or means so much that you can't walk away and get your life together. I swear to God, man. I'm to the point, I don't want to argue with nobody. This is too much for my life right now. I don't have to take this. I'm going home.
Listen, I can't stand that man. I'm a big fan of him, not of his music because he is a rapper. He's an okay rapper. He's all right, but I think I like his personality. Like he did an interview with Carisha, aka Young Miami, and he a freak. You know what I mean? He's very honest. So we're kind of like very similar. So him saying, like I don't even bother no more. Like that is literally me. You know when you just want a peaceful life. The arguments, the whole back and forth, the drama. I'm like him. When the relationship gets too much, I'm just like I don't even want to be bothered at this point. So it makes me laugh. So that's basically what happened to their marriage, even though he's still married to his baby mums. But obviously, I think she might be the Christian. Like they did it, the marriage, the typical way. But now he claims he's a Muslim, and he got with Brittany Renner, and he said, "Listen, if you're gonna be with me, you have to convert." And she converted. But at the same time, she converted before she started going out with him. So we thought she was doing this on her own back, just like Angela White, aka Black China. She's born again, she got baptized. Nothing to do with marriage or her boyfriend. She just did that off her own back. But yeah, this is very, very messy. And yeah, she's getting dragged as expected, especially by people in the Islamic and the Muslim community. Obviously, at this point, because she's a thought, she's probably used to getting dragged and people saying, "Oh, you just want a rich baby daddy." She's like a Joey Chavez. Like she's got 3 kids, 3 different baby daddies, and they're all successful. When it comes to getting dragged in the comments and things like that, they'll probably just brush it off like they're used to it. You know what I mean? These women are beautiful. You know what I mean? They do have some sort of talent. I'm not gonna say that they're not like they're talentless, but they could do better and make better choices. But yeah, let's get into people's reactions, and I will be back.
So Brittany Renner is no longer wearing a hijab and has a full-blown afro on Instagram and talks about on her story how she had to wear braids to just to be able to fit her hair under a hijab, and she's not going to compromise or shrink herself to meet anyone's standards or approval. And whether it be like Islam and the culture or acceptance from Kevin Gates, the person she's claiming she was legally married to, I'm sure that's those are one of the two references. Now, this is very interesting because people are calling BS with Brittany Renner. They're saying, "Hey, you took all your twerking videos down when you got with PJ Washington, and then you put them up as soon as you broke up. As soon as you're not with Kevin Gates anymore, now you got an afro and you're like disrespecting the hijab." Some people are gonna have issues with it. Some people are gonna say, "Hey, she's living in the truth," and appreciate her for just being, I guess, her at every turn and corner. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you guys think that some people say she cosplayed religion? Do you guys think she's cosplaying religion? Do you think that she's just living a day by day journey and she doesn't know what's going to happen the next day? And who are we to judge her? Do you have like no opinion at all? Do you think this even deserves to be a story? Let me know in the comment section and follow me for more content like this.
Yeah, I think it's cosplay. I can't see her praying 5 times a day, going down to the mosque. You know what I mean? She wanted, when a fop wants to be wifed up, like they were fought in their younger days, and now they want that like wifey status. Like the saying, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Even though set man do that, but yeah, for me, this was given playing house. I'm sorry. But again, who are we to judge? I'm just giving my opinion. Opinions are like bum holes. We all have one, you get. But yeah, that's just like me. I could never get into the religion. It's not that I didn't believe in it, but you do have to do it for you. Never convert. And not just like Islam, any religion, never do it just for the man. You've got to do it for yourself. And again, Islam, it's a lot. It's a big commitment. And with me, whatever I get into, I don't play. You know what I mean? I'm doing YouTube. I'm putting content out nearly every day. Like when I'm into something, I don't play about. And especially with religion, God, like prophets and all that. Like I definitely don't play with it. You get. So that's why I never converted. But out of respect for my baby daddy's family, when it was Eid and certain special occasions, I had to cover up. You get, but not her having twerking videos. And yeah, she used to do a lot. Like when I say she was a thought, she was a thought. She used to do the most grimiest weird things, and even in just in interviews. Like there's one time when she was grinding on Charleston. I think his name's Charleston White, and she was just grinding on him, like, and it's like, girl, this is not your man. Like, what? She knows how to go viral, and she literally just does the most. She's up there with the Sukianas and the Sexy Reds, but at least with them, they can rap. Brittany Renner, other than being a fart and looking pretty, I don't know what else she can do. But for me, this was just giving that she just wanted the man. And then when the man actually got here and he wasn't interested, just like Yo Gotti with Angela Simmons, now she's took off her hijab and she's like, nah, I'm going back. You know what I mean? How are you gonna delete certain stuff when you're dating a certain man, and as soon as you break up, then you upload those stuff again? Like that's weird. I'm sorry. Be yourself all day, every day. If you're a that, own it. If you're a modest woman, own it. Like stand 10 toes down on what you love to do, and just be true to yourself.
Brittany Renner just should have stayed an OF model. I said that last week. Now look at her ass. She done snatched her hijab off and said that she's no longer shrinking herself. She's so disrespectful. Like, how you gonna sit up here and basically say that joining this religion aided in you shrinking yourself? No, Brittany, you did that all on your own, just by wanting some damn attention. She also went on to say that she was wearing cornrows under her hijab. Girl, you're black. Like, what else was you gonna be wearing? It's either the cornrows or the slick back bun. Y'all, I told y'all she should have stayed on OF and ran that bag up. Okay? She done did all this to go right back to the streets. Give her round of applause. That's what she so desperately seeks, I'm guessing. All this attention, girl, you could have put all this energy into running up that OF account so you can make more money this time around. You out here going in and out of religions, going in and out of relationships. Like, get it together. Get it together. Please stop. It's okay. Go back to what you're good at. And just let the rest be, boo. You didn't have to do all this. You didn't have to do all this. Put your energy where you're going to be able to reciprocate something. And you might have been able to get some more money on OF this time around. But going over there, getting married for less than 60 days, and realizing, yes, you can join a religion. You can dress modestly. You can do all of that and speak highly of a man and be all in your feminine ways. And yes, men will still find a way to treat you any kind of way. That's what you fucked around and found out. Yeah, Kevin Gates got the hell on. And that's okay. Go back to what you're good at, Brittany.
Yeah, shout out to her, and pretty much everything she said was on point. First of all, I didn't know she was an OF, you know what I mean, content creator. But yeah, she should have just stayed. Just do what you know what to do best and what you're good at. You know what I mean? Because again, you changed for the man, not for yourself or to better your life. And he dumped you or cheated, you know what I mean? And now look, now you gotta run back to them same things you were doing before. Like the thing with life, you're meant to go forward, you're never meant to go back, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is just messy, and again, it's giving cosplay. Like, and one thing about, you know what I mean, the Muslims, they do not play about their religion. And just saying what she said about, you know, what she put in her caption in that video about, she had to cane roll her hair. Like the girl said, you're black. It was either a slip back, a pimp means slip back. I'm sorry. Every time I hear slip back, I just hear Cat Williams. But yeah, it was either the slip back or braids. Just like when you're wearing a wig, like, come on, let's not do, you know what I mean? Let's not blame the hijab for you having to tuck away your afro. And on top of that, you don't have to wear a hijab to be a Muslim. So, you know, like, what are we doing here? Like, you can't kid a kidder. Like, don't try and school people or talk to them like we're stupid. Like, a lot of people know how being a Muslim and how the Islamic, how the religion works. I've got loads of Muslim friends, and guess what? They don't wear hijabs. Now, do they wear the hijab when it's time for a funeral or time to go mosque? Yes, because during prayer you have to cover up. You know what I mean? There's steps to this that you have to do. But again, I went to college, I went to high school with a lot of Muslim girls. Some wore the hijab, some didn't. Some didn't wear it back in the day, but now that they're a wife, they've had kids, now they wear it. You know what I mean? So come on, Brittany, like, Just stop this, please.
You can't turn a hoe to a housewife. This is a phrase that we've heard, my whole life, And the idea that a woman who's been promiscuous, been with a lot of men, right? Whether it was for the dollars or for the holler, can suddenly change and be committed to one man. I used to believe in that. I really did. But I grew up. Now, I am a Muslim, and the idea that people cannot change is against my religion. We understand people can change. People can change from the worst, being polytheistic, people who disbelieve in God, atheistic, to submitting to Allah. People can change from being homosexual, right, to learning Islam and being heterosexual. People can change from being crooks to being upright people. Islam, embracing Islam is a whole identity change, characteristic development, and it's a process. And anyone who embraces Islam by Allah's permission, by Allah's guidance, with pure sincerity, can change. So, of course, intention, mindset, right, surrounding, influence, all these things have to do with an individual changing. And I bring this up because there's been a few instances where adult female actresses have become Muslim, and all types of people like, oh, disgusting, a shame. Blah, 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 blah. The problem is that we know what this woman has done. Personally, I feel like if you did that and nobody knew what you was upon, if you was selling the goodies and you was wilding out in the streets, you don't need to inform people that. And if you were on video, my strongest advice, sisters, put a niqab on. Conceal your face. No one needs to recognize you. This is being honest. And get off social media, right? Like, honestly, like, content is still there. You know what I'm saying? Now, not every man who wants a wife is going to be able to deal with that knowledge, right? Especially if it was well known what she's been upon. But if she hasn't, I'm going to be honest. If you have a lot of bodies, you was outside, you belonged to the streets, you don't need to inform, potential spouse. Okay, you're not a virgin. You have a past. You have a child out of the how much men you've been with is irrelevant. It's in the past. And any man that is with a woman that has a past, you have to be able to psychologically deal with. You don't know the number. We compare ourselves to any other men that she's been with, right? But you have to just accept that she has a past, khalas, and be confident enough. And that's not for every man. But the idea that you can't be forgiven and this is so grave of a matter, this is very incorrect. Because, again, Allah forgives, Allah guides, So whenever we see a female who embraces Islam, and we it's known what she was upon, you shouldn't, it's not up to you to forgive. Allah forgives. You understand? How dare you? How dare you try to push people away from the path of Allah Ta'ala? Are you forgetting that amongst the best of Muslims, the best generation of Sahaba were those who were promiscuous? Do you not know that? Amongst the best of them were those that were selling their bodies. Do you not know that? And Allah made them the best, better than me and you and all the Muslims today will ever be. You understand? So you don't gatekeep Islam because of people's past. Understand that. Allah is the guider.
Yo, big ups to him. Jeez, he took me to the mosque. Like, yo, he was preaching. Jeez, I love how he started off, the typical Black American, and then, what I mean? But no, he's right. Islam, even me being with a Muslim, obviously I've looked into the religion. It's very welcoming. It is, you're literally starting again, like your whole personality, like you change your name, you know what I mean? I don't obviously in real life have a Muslim name, so if I was to convert, I would have a Muslim name. You literally are reborn again, you're literally starting again. What you've done in the past, forget all that, you know what I mean? Allah forgives all your past sins, you know what I mean? And you're literally starting again. So I definitely agree with him when he said, who are you to gatekeep this religion? Now, with that, the imams and the people higher up, they are very judgmental. So if you have been selling the goodies or you've had a wild past, they do look at you, but they are happy that you are embracing and, you know what I mean, you come into the religion. Like they are, like they love it. They love convert, like people that convert to it, they love it. They literally love converters more than natural born Muslims, you know what I mean? Because they know that you convert to Islam, you're gonna take it seriously, you're gonna better your life, you know. You know, Islam, it's not just like, I don't know, it's not just about the praying, it's just the way of life. Everything's brand new, you know, for the people that love their pork. Obviously, you can't eat pork, the alcohol, the smoking, like you just literally change your life for the better. I don't drink. I already done told you if you're new here, I call alcohol the devil's juice. I do not mess with alcohol. I don't eat pork anyway. So for me, with my baby daddy, it was very easy for me to convert if I wanted to, because a lot of the stuff that, you know, Islam are frowned upon, I didn't do. Before I got with him, I did used to wear like crop tops and short dresses, but obviously as I've got older, I don't really wear that kind of stuff no more. Only when it's hot or if I'm on holiday, then you'll see me in like a crop top and things like that. But yeah, I agree with everything he said. Everything he said was on point. But again, ladies, if you are, or even males that might want to have like are dating a Muslim girl, if you are going to join the religion, please do it for yourself, because just in case the relationship doesn't work out or the marriage, you can't just be like, oh, I'm not a Muslim no more. Now, I do know a couple of people that have converted and then they've reconverted back into Christianity. And I know some people who were naturally born Muslims who have converted to Christianity. So, again, you've got to do what works for you, you know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to him. Everything he said was on point.
Do you believe that you're more deserving of Allah's mercy, favor, and forgiveness because you wear the hijab? So Brittany Renner has taken off her hijab, and the response that I've been seeing from majority of the Muslim community has been very disappointing. Before we go any further, as a non-hijabi, I know that wearing hijab is a command in Islam. I know that it is an act of obedience, and I know that it is a source of reward when done sincerely for the sake of Allah. The only person or being that knows your sincerity, knows your intention, sees your heart, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I need everybody to get a grip. We as Muslims are encouraged to assume the best in one another. Isn't there a hadith about whoever covers the fault of his brother or sister in this world, Allah will cover his fault in this world and in the hereafter? Isn't there a verse in the Quran that says, avoid suspicion because suspicion is sin? I have seen all sorts of takes on Facebook and Instagram. And then I go onto my Facebook today, and a supposed group of Muslim sisters are on there calling her fake, calling her confused. Somebody saying they knew it was going to happen from the beginning, they were just waiting for it to happen. Like, are y'all good? I feel very passionately about the haram police and the sisters who are always out here trying to be holier than thou. Because even though hijab is not something that you might be struggling with, you're struggling with something. And you want to know how I know that? Because we're humans and we all need grace. So give each other some grace. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, shout out to her. Like she said, she's a non-hijab girly. Listen, this is what I mean about that religion. You have some that are very respectful and don't judge, and then you have the people that do judge, even though it says in the Quran, you know what I mean, you shouldn't be judging, you shouldn't be suspicious of certain, you know what I mean? It's just like the Bible, there's stuff in there you need to follow, but people, again, we're human, people are gonna do them, you know what I mean? But I agree with her. Again, I've got friends that sometimes they wear hijab, sometimes they don't. It's literally how they feel. Obviously, there's certain countries that always wear it. So let me say, like Somalis, they always wear the hijab. I went to college, I was good friends with one Somali girl, and she always wore her hijab. Then we went on a college trip, and then she took it off, and she had beautiful hair. But that's what I mean. They can take it off when it's just females. They can't take it if any males are there and when they're in like a comfortable setting. So she wouldn't take it off in college, but when we were all sleeping, sharing a room on this trip, then she finally took it off, and it's just like, well, you got all that beautiful hair. Obviously, as soon as they get home from work, school, they take off the hijab because they're with their family. You get what I mean? But when it's time to pray, time for mosque, a funeral, they've got their hijab on. And then you have like Pakistan's like half and half. Some of them wear the hijab, some of them don't. they do judge you. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as they know you're Muslim, and you know, some of the aunties or the oldest will be like, "Oh, sister, like, why have you not got your hijab on?" And then even in the UK, I don't know. I think they're called the Burks, the ones where you can literally just see their eyes and they're fully covered. Even they are quite judgmental on women that just wear the hijab, and obviously the ones that don't wear nothing at all. You know what I mean? There's some Muslims who are more laid back, who show their arms, who show their legs. As long as you're praying five times a day and like you've got that clean heart, that good mind, you're charitable, that's all that matters, you know what I mean? But obviously the more modest you dress, obviously I get in that religion, like, you know what I mean, that's a very staple in that religion. I get it. But again, in uni I went to one, she was a bit of a rebel. I think she was Bangladesh, but she wore a t-shirt, she showed her arms. I was shocked that she was a Muslim. I was like, "You're Muslim?" She's like, "Yeah," but she was being her. You know, she wore jeans. She wore just like very Western clothes, which a lot of them don't like. They still want to live in the West, but they want them to dress like they would if they were in Pakistan or Bangladesh. And that's what happens when you have kids in the Western. You know what I mean? They're gonna, you know what I mean? But yeah, she was like, "I pray, I go to the mosque, but I'm gonna dress westernized like that." That was her comfort. Again, when it was time for the mosque, time for prayer, she would wear her hijab. So again, I agree with that young lady. Like, it is very judgmental, especially those little groups that they have. If you're not like them, they are kind of looking down at you, and they shouldn't do that. It's, you know what I mean, that's haram. But yeah, shout outs to her. But I do agree with some of the women what they were saying about, oh, we knew this. Like, listen, even Stevie Wonder could see this was gonna happen. I'm sorry, it just wasn't authentic. Her, like, you know what I mean, converting to Islam. Again, did she even pray 5 times a day? That's none of my business. But if you're gonna be a Muslim, it's not about marriage and just the man. It's actually living, you know what I mean, living your truth and living through that religion. And you know what I mean, praising Allah. So again, a lot of people are not surprised they could see this coming. So sometimes it's not about being mean, we're just being realistic. Like, out of all the religions, this was not the religion for her. Like, Islam is no joke. It's one of the strictest, hardest religions. And I feel like that's another reason why I could never convert to me. Because again, if I am gonna do it, I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? There's none of this playing and taking off my hijab and no. Again, fully going in it, like, you do change your name. I don't know if she even got that far in it that she had an Islamic name, but yeah.
Married for 52 days, Muslim for 74. It's official. Brittany Renner is officially done cosplaying an Islamic woman. In her latest video, she mentioned that she no longer wants to shrink herself to fit in anywhere. Such a coincidence now that her and Kevin Gates are no longer together, which is something many of us predicted. This makes me feel like she really was having some drinks underneath that hijab. Somebody call Jackie. Although we do know a hijab isn't what makes you Muslim, but her saying with her own words that she doesn't want to wear it because she no longer wants to shrink herself is basically all the proof that we need. You and Kevin just announced that you guys were no longer together. And now all of a sudden you're on the internet showing off your hair? People will forever be asking, did you do this for a man? And the answer to that is a yeah. Hell yeah. I don't know. The timing of everything is just a little bit off.
Yeah, guys, you just heard her. Married for 52 days and a Muslim for 74. Like, when I say you can't make this up, you can't make this up. But yeah, how could she say her wearing a hijab, you know, that was her shrinking herself? Like, you, before converting, you knew what you was getting yourself into. And again, like I've stated in this video, to be a Muslim, you do not have to wear the hijab. Like, come on, like, stop it. You know what I mean? She suited though. She looked really good in the whole outfit. You know what I mean? The hijab and the gown. But girl, you didn't have to wear the hijab. You could have just wore, you know what I mean, the modest gown and covered up. You know, on her TikTok, she used to do like try on hauls of like being a modest woman. And she really suited it. She looked like they've got some beautiful design. She looked really good. But again, her showing off that big afro, and again, the song that she's playing, it's giving City Girls, I'm outside, who wants me? So it's going to be very interesting how she, you know, how she maneuvers now. Fair enough, her and Kevin are not together, but it's going to be interesting who's going to be her next man. You know what I mean? Obviously, now her being a Muslim woman, she has to get with another Muslim man. Like, she can't go out with a non-Muslim. And again, no sex before marriage. You know what I mean? If she really is a Muslim, you know what I mean, she has to take those steps now. So we'll see. We'll see how she does over the summer. But again, it's her life. Again, who are we to judge? We're just giving our opinions. That's all.
Brittany, girl, you back. It's Brittany Renner back. Y'all, she done took that hair out. She said, I've been wearing these cornrows under this hijab for too long. I need to let my hair free. There are a lot of people in the comments talking about she's back to her old ways. I don't know. Marrying Kevin Gates for like 30 days seem kind of on brand for her. I know that in the Muslim community, the hijab does not make a Muslim. I know that. But for Brittany all basketball wives. Okay. Brittany is still doing Brittany. The only thing Brittany is doing differently is maybe her choice in men that she's dating. But this is a signal for some people. I don't think it's a signal. I think she just wants her hair to fly free, but I could be wrong. What y'all think? Y'all think the old Brittany about to come back, or it's the new Brittany bitch? I'm just asking for a friend. Removing the hijab does make people speculate, but I don't think that has anything to do with her religion at all. I think she just wants her hair out, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's Brittany, bitch. No. Hopefully, she still is a Muslim woman. Again, we all know the hijab doesn't make you a Muslim woman. So maybe she literally was just letting her hair breathe. But it's the song for me that she's playing it, like, out of all the songs. And even being a Muslim, you have to watch what you listen to and what you watch. I learned that. I remember playing certain music around the time it was Ramadan. At the time, my fiance was like, turn that ish off. Like, I can't hear that. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain things you're not meant to listen to and watch. And I don't think just being a Muslim, I think just being a human being, we do need to, like, watch what we intake, because that goes into your subconscious and da 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 da. But yeah, we'll have to see how she does over the summer. It's given the old Britney's back, but we don't know. And I find it very interesting that she's still on Basketball Wives, but again, that's her bread and butter. Like, she's still got to make, you know, I mean, money. At least she's not on OnlyFans still. But again, can you imagine her taking off her hijab and then she's running back to OnlyFans? That's when we know she ain't a Muslim no more, because you can't, you know what I mean? You can't serve two masters. You can't do both.
And Brittany took her hijab off, girl. Right after I go to the video I just made, right after I talked about B Simone, this is my very next scroll, girl. Y'all, when y'all pass away, that room gonna be 1,017 degrees. And it won't be my Jesus at the gate. It will not be my Jesus. You did all this for a man. You faked a religion. You played with Allah, the Lord, Jesus, whoever you was praying for. You playing with the spiritual world and think it's a game. I got to stay out you girls' way. I actually fear all of y'all that go above and beyond for a man. And you're a mother. I got to pray for y'all. I'm not judging. It's not my job. I'm not the judge or the jury. But and then the man you did it for was Kevin Gates. He ain't never leaving Drika. You a fool if you believe otherwise. He's never leaving that lady. And she know that. That's why she was back on her farm, planting her fruits and vegetables and feeding her chickens. She was never worried. I don't like y'all.
Yeah, guys, you heard her. Yeah, playing with religions, spirits. You know how they say don't play with a Ouija board, don't play with voodoo. Don't be jumping in and out of religions and playing with people. Like, yo, this is not a game, this is real life. And like she said, out of all the men, again, I like Kevin Gates, but is he husband material? Hell no. But she made me laugh. And I love that she touched on B Simone. I'm gonna do a video about her tomorrow, because yo, she is getting dragged on these TikTok streets for being a pick me shot and a bad friend, etc. And yeah, again, ladies, even men as well, do not convert to any religion for that person you're dating. You have to do it for yourself. these two girls, B Simone and Brittany Renner, they're giving pick Mishas. You know them ones, I'd do anything for my man. And it's like she said, girl, you're a whole mum, like this this won't even just affect you, it'll affect your child. We thank God she's got a son, because if she had a daughter, like, this ain't it. Like, it's just so messy. But yeah, I agree with what she said. Like, I'm staying away from y'all. We're not judging, but we're judging. But yeah, don't play with the religions. Like, it ain't right. Don't do it. If you're not serious about it, please do not play with it.
I don't know why y'all guys are surprised that Brittany Renner took off her hijab, babe. That hijab was not for her in the beginning. That hijab was there because of a man. Once the man was gone, unattainable, she was back to her old ways. Okay? Are you surprised? No, you should not be, girl. It's Brittany Renner. Okay? All bets is off, all limits is off, girl. I'm gonna just say what it needs to be said. Now she can't wear the hijab because her hair is too big to fit under the hijab, sister. But it was under there before. What happened? What happened? Where's your hijab? Put it on. I'm sick of it. Playing in these people's religion. Abla da Allah told me he is not playing about that, honey. Okay? Akbak. Whatever you said. Girl, playing in somebody's religion for a man is crazy. Crazy. But as crazy as I'm looking now. Anyways. I like to stir a pot.
Oh my gosh, he's so funny. Oh my gosh, but no, seriously. You know the saying, don't let nobody play in your face, and definitely don't let nobody play with your religion. Like the previous girl said, yo, I'm scared of you females. Like, those pick me shares are dangerous and they're deadly. Listen, I remember doing a video, I think it's like one of my highest like ranked videos on it, where a girl was having fun by the pool, and then just out of nowhere her fake friend pushed her in the pool for validation from the guys that were around. If you've not seen it, do check it out, it's a good one. Yo, those pick mishas are dangerous, stay away from them. But again, like he said, girl, where's your hijab? Like, don't be like, oh, I've been wearing these cane rolls. Yeah, I've got a bunch of cane rolls under this wig. Like, as a black woman, this is what we do. We wear braids, or it's a slip back. You know what I mean? But again, the hijab doesn't make you a Muslim. So we're praying, fingers crossed, she is still a Muslim woman and she can find herself a real good Muslim man to be her husband. But again, we're just going to have to see how this plays out.
The mindset that it takes to go from this to this, to be a public figure and have to fully rebrand yourself mind over matter. This is Brittany Renner, a newly reverted Muslima who is showing her journey to the world. She has so courageously been public with her transition and submission to Islam, even being open and honest about her celibacy and how she won't even touch a man unless she's married. Kevin Gates, also a reverted Muslim, seems to be the one she has chosen. There is no dating in Islam, and this is their first public appearance together. She has been all smiles in every appearance that we've seen them together, but what does it say about her mentality? From the modeling contracts to brand deals, she has had to fully navigate a mindset that supersedes what people think of her. It takes mindset, self-worth, deep reflection, vision setting, and undefeated trust from the Most High to boost your brand and boost your business. Follow for more.
Listen, there's different ways to get a husband in Islam. I know the typical traditional way, yeah, you don't date, but the ones that are growing up in the Western world, they do date now. You know what I mean? There's apps for Muslim people. You know what I mean? I've got one friend, she had an arranged marriage, so her parents picked her spouse. I've got like a friend that I went to college with. She met her husband now at work. So obviously they were dating first. They got about three or four kids now. So you know what I mean. They happily got married. Theirs was a bit tacky because Bangladesh and Pakistan don't really get along. She's Pakistan and he's Bengali, so I mean, there was a bit of tension there, but they made it work. I've got the one that I mentioned before, the Somalian woman. She's with a Pakistan, so she's Somali and she's with a Pakistan man. Again, they dated, so I get it. A lot of them didn't date, especially the older ones. A lot of them are arranged marriages, but a lot that grow up in the Western, they do date. I just had to put that out there because she's like, in Islam, we don't date. I'm like, come on. But yeah, Obviously with my man, I dated him before, you know what I mean, I got engaged. So, you know what I mean, they do date. Listen, I'm surrounded by Muslims, like I'm friends with a lot of them, you get. But I hear what she's saying. Yeah, she was very happy. Listen, before she got with Kevin, she already liked him. Like, she's liked Kevin for years. And he's just always been like, nope, nope. And obviously he's got a wife and kids. But he gave her a chance. Again, they don't date. So Kevin was like, you gotta convert to Islam. Like, you gotta show me it's real. She did that. They made the appearance together. You know what I mean? They were sitting courtside. And they only lasted what? Not even 2 months, you know what I mean? 52 days, what? And now we're here. But again, the real people, we saw this happening, sadly. Again, these guys, they claim they want you, you do all this for them, and then they just drop you. Like, nah. But like the woman stated before, listen, his original wife, she has a farm. She wasn't fussed or bothered or jealous about this. She knew this wasn't going to work out. For the real people that could see, we all knew this wasn't going to work out and it wasn't going anywhere. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think she's still a Muslim woman, or do you think Brittany's gone back to her old ways? And yeah, Kevin Gates, he's so trash. Like, he's for the streets. Like, I don't know why he's out here trying to be this devoted Muslim man, because he a thought in his own right. But yeah, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one.